what is going on YouTube? Um, Back on here again, I guess. I don't know really like what I'm gonna post on this YouTube channel. Like, I know I keep saying that, and that sounds like redundant at this point, but that's just the straight up truth. I don't think I want to do gaming videos just because I don't. Literally, the only game that I play at this point, for the most part, as the recording of this video, is Fortnite. I also don't, like, I just finished playing Minecraft, and it's like, unless I want to play multiplayer, I'm pretty much done with the game. Like, I built everything I wanted to on that world after playing for 10 years, since 2014, and just finishing in 2024. I don't play Fall Guys, Roblox, or Rocket League anymore, so, yeah. And I don't know if I want to do, like, ASMR either. I probably would need some sort of like a mic or something, but I don't know how I could make that. Like, I guess it would coincide with me basically doing what I'm doing right now, talking to the camera, but like not all loud and whatnot. But I don't know, because I don't have like the proper editing software, honestly. And from what I've heard, YouTube nowadays apparently is trying to push out like videos, like long form, unedited, raw content from small creators, such as, I guess, myself. You know, as the recording of this video, I almost have 400 subscribers. It's crazy because like a lot of my videos, it's like 100K. A lot of my videos have like totaled up to basically 100K views. 110 plus videos on the channel, review based content. I started my channel way back in 2017 because I liked doing review content, but like now that I just don't really like doing like that kind of content anymore, if I'm being honest, for my YouTube channel. I don't really enjoy it anymore as much as I used to. And like I had to say no to a lot of things. Pretty much almost like 40 grand worth of stuff that I could have reviewed, but because I don't really have any space to put that kind of stuff, I kind of just said nope, I'm not doing it. To me, it's just like I'd rather save that money if possible. And to me, it's like I see like a lot of quote unquote influencers. Oh, let me gotta put my glove back on. I saw like a lot of influencers on TikTok, not like through the TikTok app, but through YouTubers that I guess have TikTok. I don't really use the app that much. But anyways, I would see them buying and selling products just to review them and then return them. Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense. And there's a car coming. I need to put this back on. Hang on, y'all. Can I pause this? Okay, there we go. Now what was I saying? There's a car coming. Another one. I think it's trying to go over there. Oh, never mind. They're just pulling up to the house. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, what is the point in like buying and selling products? I mean, no, not buying. Or yes, buying. Just to review the product and then return it. Like, I don't get that. To me, that's just like a waste of money. And most of the time when I buy things, unless it's something like that I don't really need, I like to generally keep it. But like, I got rid of so many like clothes and whatnot, so I would not consider myself a hoarder. And honestly, saying no to buying a lot of things, I generally feel like way much like better about it, because I ain't trying to be broke my whole life, you know. like, I'm grateful. Like, I have a roof over my head. I have, um, I have a bed to sleep in each night. I have, um, clothes, food, all that's covered. Not by me, but, like, obviously, like, and nowadays you can't really, like, the younger generation can't really, like, move out on their own. Like, if you're the type of person to say, oh, if you're 21 or whatever, or 25, and you still with your parents, you're a loser at life. Bro, let's get something clear here. You don't know anyone's financial situation, okay? So stop acting like you do, because everyone's financial situation is different. And even then, even if they realistically could move out on their own, if their parents are okay with them staying with them, why do you care? You know? Why do you care that they live with them if their parents are okay with it? Even if they're financially well off or not, they get to save money that way. Like, make it make sense. Alright, hang on. There's some people over here. I'm gonna go on over here. But yeah, that's just my view on it. It's like, they literally, I'm whispering until I get passed by. But it's just annoying when some people want to try and put their 2 cents into everything, thinking that they know everything. Like everyone's like living situation, like not everyone is well off or able to just move out, you know, especially when you tack on student loans, when you tack on, what is it, credit card debt. Most people have to get into credit card debt just to survive. Like the average American has to do that now just to survive, which is honestly sad, but it's the truth. A lot of the rich people at the top, they don't care about you. They can't relate. They don't know, like, what it's like. Here's another car passing by. They don't know what it's like. I refuse to take any sort of rich person that seriously when it's like, unless you came from poverty and you made something of yourself, that's a whole different story. But unless you did that, unless you were handed, like, just the golden spoon, you know, you didn't really have to work anything for anything, then I'm not going to take you seriously if you want to try and give advice to people who you can't even relate to because you've never struggled. You've never been through that struggle if you constantly have stuff handed to you, you know? That's just the way I look at it. Like, I'm more impressed with people that, like, came from something, or came from nothing and made something of themselves, you know? Made the most out of their situation, focused on what they could and couldn't control, basically. And that's what I'm trying to strive to do. Like, I know for sure I can control my spending. And that's pretty much what I'm doing, honestly, at this point, because I don't like doing this review content really that much anymore. Like, it was fun when I was much younger. But now that I see how expensive everything's getting, it's like I don't want to keep doing that kind of content, because I realize long term that is not good for my channel. Even though the view count is definitely there, sort of, for like a small channel such as mine. But I realize eventually the content would need to be switched up. Like, I would eventually need to switch the content up if I want to try and keep my channel going. And it's like, my video editing skills are not like the best. I don't really, it's been a while since I've edited a video. Like, I remember doing it for school and whatnot, but I didn't have like my own personal computer or editing software to where I could do that myself, let alone money to pay for it per month. That's also another thing. Why is it that a lot of these apps and things now, they're all subscription based? Like, that's also another thing I don't really spend money on, if I'm being honest, is like, or I try to mitigate as much as possible, is subscription. based spending, or you know, what I mean. Um, I feel like that's also another thing that people can cut back on if possible. Um, like obviously, if you need it for like a job, that's one thing, but for most people that don't really need it, it's like that's another thing you, um, that I don't really spend money on. Honestly, at this point, I just like clothes. But even then, I prefer the non-branded stuff if I can avoid getting branded stuff, because like branded stuff is just so expensive nowadays, and it's just like I like finding anything that like matches, regardless if it's branded or not. You know, I um like the most likely like branded stuff that I probably would wear would probably be like down on the shoes, like either Nike or Converse. But even then, I already have for the most part enough Nike and Converse shoes that it's like, ugh, you know, just avoiding wanting to get new ones and whatnot. And it's like I eliminated a lot of wants. Like I'm telling y'all, 20 to like 30 grand worth of like wants and whatnot. So at this point, as like the making of this video, most of what I want is like, in terms of wants, it's over a lifetime, is probably around 10 to like 12 grand, like less than 15 grand at this point. Probably somewhere within that area. But even then, it's like I've just been just deleting a whole bunch of screenshots of like things that I originally did want, but it's like because of how expensive everything's getting, I decided it's not even worth it, honestly. But I know that like I definitely want to get to a point in life where like money will no longer be an issue, but that honestly starts with one, taking control of your spending, and two, um, trying to mitigate, if you can, as much as possible, non-necessities, I guess. Because you know, people are naturally gonna still want to get stuff. So, which I mean, is like the more money that you make, you're naturally, I guess, gonna want to spend more. I mean, I guess that's just natural, but like for the whole lifestyle inflation thing, I don't really feel bad for people that like are voluntarily getting into that for that fancy car and whatnot, just for it to sit in their garage and collect dust. The fancy Lambo, the fancy Ferrari, like if I want to put that like kind of money into like my bank account, just to know that it's there, you know, so that should crap hit the fan, I wouldn't be struggling, you know. Like that's also like with mansions too. Oh, I heard that it like can cost anywhere from 28 to 30 grand a month just to pay the bills on a mansion, which is just crazy. Like I'd much rather have that, receive that per month into my bank account, you know? You know what I mean? You feel me? That's just crazy. I don't know if that's true or not, but like, if it costs that much per month for a mansion and whatnot, but it's like, I guess, yeah, naturally, if you make more money, you're gonna naturally want to spend more. I don't really know, like, if I have that kind of money, like, I don't really know really what I would get with that kind of money, because I'm gonna be honest, like, so many people, from what I've heard, they get this fancy house, fancy car, and they're working so much around the clock just to keep those things, and they don't really have time to do really anything else. And it's like, those things won't even be there with you when you die. Like, you can't take those things with you when you die, you know? So that's just the reality of it all. Like, I would like to, there's like places in the world that I still would love to go to and spend money on like experiences, but like within a reasonable price range. Like I've been to Chicago, I've been to Disney. I think I don't know which one it is, but it's either Disney World or Disneyland, whichever one is the one in Florida. I've been to that twice actually. I've also been to uh, Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. I think also twice, I believe, as well as Virginia, West Virginia. Funny enough, we left West Virginia 1 week before that hurricane hit that coast. I don't remember which one it was, but we were that close to experiencing that. Had we not left the 1 week prior, we would have been in the thick of it. But yeah, I've never been on the other side of the US before. Like I always wanted to go to like maybe see the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, you know. Maybe no, not really Las Vegas, because I'm not interested in like gambling and whatnot. Not into that. But I want to see like that. That'd be cool to see like that giant ball that's in Nevada. I forgot what it's called, but yeah. And New York, I want to go. It would be cool to see like at some point go to Times Square and like see the ball drop or whatever for New Year's. It'd also be cool to like go to what's it called? Okay, my hand's kind of getting cold, so hang on. Whew. We're gonna hold it with this hand. Okay. Whew. My goodness. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I would love to see the Empire State Building, and what else? In New York, Statue of Liberty. Oh, and maybe the Bronx too, somewhere in the Bronx. And then and the Grand Canyon, and we're gonna turn back now. The Grand Canyon landmark, in Arizona. So, but in terms of like the U.S., for the most part, that's pretty much all the places I would like to visit. Because I don't really know like any other popular tourist attractions outside or within the U.S. that we could go to that would be fun and worth my time, I feel like. And that's also like with outside the US, I think it'd be cool to go to Japan. Not really, me personally, not really Africa or Australia, only because of like a lot of like the dangerous wildlife, and it's like, no, I'm good. um, for, I think I said Japan already. Tokyo, Japan, that'd be cool to go there. Brazil, in South America, as well as Argentina. Maybe that'd be cool to go to those places. The Bahamas, I don't know. Not by myself, that's for sure. Most of these places I do not want to go by myself. I'd much rather go with someone who knows the area or whatever. And this goes for really a lot of these places, if I'm being honest. Norway? I don't know. Maybe. I heard. I think they have like some sort of train railway system there. I don't know if that's true or not, or if I remember where I saw that anywhere. I don't know. Greenland or Germany? Probably not those places, but yeah. Honestly, in terms of outside the U.S., that's pretty much all the locations I can think of on the top of my head right now that I'd be maybe down to go to. But yeah. Whew. Okay, now that was a bit of a tangent, but I don't even know what this video is even about, like, or what I'm even gonna call it. But basically, there's just things that I want to do, you know. most people, if it's not money that's the issue, it's what other people think. Um, there's gonna be people that talk bad crap about you no matter what, whether it's to your face or behind your back, or like a coward through a screen. Um, and you know, it is what it is. You can't please everyone. You can't make everyone happy. There's gonna be people that are gonna be mad either at or towards you regardless of whatever you do. You can't make everyone happy. So you need to figure out what it is that you want to do. People, no one's gonna hold your hand for you. You gotta figure it out. Um, you know? And it's like it'd be cool to like release music too, as well as like stream. I don't think I wanna I don't think I wanna stream full time. I just don't think I tried it. Oh my goodness. I got burnt out streaming after 4 hours, bro. Like, I don't think I could do a full 8 hours every single day. Like, the most I can do is probably like between 2 to 4 hours. Mainly just because I just don't think I could just sit there for 8 hours a day playing. I mean, if I was paid, maybe, but I don't know. Even that's a bit of a stretch. Like, if I could actually do that. Um, but yeah. I mean, I could honestly leave like my Twitch uh in like the description of this video or whatever for anyone that'd be curious and would want to chat with me on there. Maybe Streamlabs as well. Like, I'm trying to figure out like how I can like stream to like all places at once, if that's possible. And maybe starting out, it might be best to just do one streaming platform. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Um, because like I don't really know if I would consider myself. I don't think I would be a full-time streamer or maybe have the time to. So that's why I might not like get too much expensive equipment, because to me that would be just a waste if I'm just only gonna stream for like 2 to 4 hours or whatever. But I don't, just whatever I can fit my time into, I guess, because I have good starting equipment. I just would need a better mic. um I don't know if I will get a PC or whatnot, because I use controller. I'm not really much of a PC like keyboard player. But yeah, um I really do not know what I'm going to call this video. It's just some random video that I'm filming for the YouTube. It's also frustrating with like how expensive universities are charging X amount of money. Why? You do realize most people, the average American, can't afford it. And it's like, if you have to go into debt for it, then it's like you could spend years trying to pay it back, and you just can't. I don't blame some people that don't even try, but it's also like, dang, freaking creditors annoying the frick out of you. And it's like, what? You know? It's just crazy. And would I say it's a scam? I don't know. Because you could definitely network and meet as many people as possible, but at the same time, if you know what you want to do, you don't need a degree for, then yeah, in that sense, I would say it is a scam. Because I think over 80% of Americans don't even wind up using a degree, which is honestly pretty sad. You know? And a lot of them don't even wind up working in the career field that they studied, which is honestly super, super sad. And it just makes me wonder. It's like, that's why I've just been trying to do as much as social media detox as much as possible. Because like I see, my friends, like they'll be going on to graduate this year actually from high school. Some of the people that went to the same campus as me. But with me, I personally have about 2 more years on top of the 3 years that I've already done here at uni. But I've come to the realization that I do not need a degree to do the things that I want to do. It's just that I need money though. So, and I've been trying to look into other alternatives, other options for how to get money. Like, I know what I want for like my clothing business. Like, I want to do like, the only kind of business I would like to do mainly is like merchandise, because like I naturally like wearing different like clothing and like combining, making sure everything matches and whatnot. So I think for that reason, it's like I want to do like a clothing. It'd be cool to do like a clothing brand or whatever. I don't know. Um, like I have a design for it. I just don't have like after trying to do a lot of research, I can't really find like a marketing team or whatever, or like a manufacturer that can help me. I don't trust Shopify. I'm not interested in paying 15 grand or whatever, how much to drop ship stuff. That's just ridiculous. There has to be some sort of other way. Like maybe I could start off with like 5 to 10 grand. I don't know. But until I get the money, I don't know if I can really be thinking about all of this right now. From streaming to clothing, merchandise selling, whatever. Um, you know, all that I know is I know for sure I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer, or an engineer. It's not because I'm not smart enough to do those things. It's just because growing up, I never really saw myself being those things, even with a degree, or how much money they make. I just never saw myself being those things. So I'm kind of just trying to figure it out, honestly. Like, I read this one book, I forgot what it was called, but it was like a book that I learned, learning how to learn. That's what it was at university, how derailed dreams can lead to new ones. And that makes me feel comfortable knowing that. Like, even if I don't, because I know, like, I don't feel like I'm, as the recording of this video, and likely I don't know if it's ever going to change, but I'm not really interested in working in, like, the film or, like, theater industry, just because a lot of that would take up my time, and that's a lot of time that I'll probably be away from like family and whatnot. As well as I probably would not have the time to do the other things that I want to do, because I'll constantly be on the road and whatnot. So it's like I don't know, I feel like the hardest part is just starting somewhere to figure out what you want to do with your life. You know, that can be the most challenging part. And it's like, regardless if you're in school or not, trying to my professors, I remember them saying that you'll be figuring yourself out a lot throughout your life, and they're right about that. I'm 21, so I still have hopefully quite a lot of life to live, but I just don't want to live it doing um doing I don't know. I'm very much aware that sometimes you're gonna have to do things that you don't want to in order to get to where you want to get to. That's what I realized. And it's like, even if you don't necessarily like your job, maybe it could build your character. It could show that you're mentally resilient. That's like how, like, with my classes and whatnot, oh my gosh, bro, I was mentally depressed, and I know I'm yapping and whatnot, but I was literally just angry for the longest time that I was being stuck with classes I didn't necessarily want. And that's also another thing. Advisors, they don't really do the best job with advising you. I've been put with terrible advisors that did not know what they were doing. Same with like the financial aid. They didn't really know what they were doing and whatnot. And it just felt like they didn't want to be there. And it's like, join the club, man. It's literally all of us. I heard like some person was like talking on the phone, and it's like about how bad their life is. Like, when you delete social media, you realize just how less bad your life is, truthfully, because you have no one to compare to. And it's like, sometimes I've thought about just deleting my social media, or social medias altogether, but then it's like, if I do that, I'm not going to be able to promote the stuff that I want to promote. So I don't know, but I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I want to promote. I have so many like dreams and ambitions, and that's why I decided to control the spending as much as I can, because I want to try and get a career going first. And there's still stuff that, like, I'm choosing not to spend money on just because I need to get a career going first, you know? But, and I remember my teachers talking about how, like, when I remember telling them, I can't wait till I'm done with high school or whatever. And it's just like, don't rush it. That's what they all said. And I see what they mean now. Shoot, life is no joke. It is not a game, bro. You know, generally it's like, you know, I keep hearing it's like, oh, keep your job until you find something better. Hopefully, but just because a job may pay better doesn't mean you'll, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm young enough to be asking, like, I know I don't need to have all the answers right away, but I feel like I'm asking the right questions. I hope that makes sense. Like, I hope I'm asking the right questions. Like, I'm not done with school yet, and I honestly don't know if I'll ever finish. I'm gonna be quite honest, because I never wanted to go to college to begin with. Knowing that, like, I don't need a degree technically to do the things that I want to do, but it's also like a degree is something to fall back on, you know? So I'm kind of just trying to figure it all out. And can it be exhausting at times trying to go back and forth on it all? So, like, should I finish? Should I not? Yeah, it can be, because it's quite a bit of sleepless nights. But then it's like, you know, you kind of just got to go with the flow, because truthfully, you cannot predict the future no matter how hard you try. You know, you can't keep dwelling on the past, because the sooner you realize it's like you can't undo the past. So you can only just keep moving forward, you know? And that's what I'm trying to do, just like move forward, look ahead, brighter things hopefully ahead of me and whatnot. Because I really want to make this YouTube thing work as well, but I just don't know how often I'll be on here, just because, like, school and whatnot, and having to try and balance that out with classes. And some days I don't feel like shoving a camera in my face and talking to it, but that's really all that I really can realistically do right now for a YouTube channel, because my video editing skills are subpar. They're not the best, and it takes quite a lot of time to edit content. And it's just time that I just don't think I have at the moment. Like, I'm just trying to balance everything out and trying to mitigate me looking at social media as much as possible. It's like, ugh, you know? So, but yeah, I really did it like a 8 to 9 month social media hiatus, detox, whatever you want to call it. And honestly, that was the most happiest I've been, pretty much. But I realize there's some things that I still want to do that maybe I might need social media for to promote, such as like streaming, not full-time, of course, I don't know, but also like music, and, you know, get some plays published. Like, there's just so many things I want to get done if I had the money to, and that's why I'm trying to take control of my spending, basically. So that I actually can do these things, you know? Because trust me, it is not fun to be broke, you know? It may seem like fun in a moment, but it's really not. And I hope that I could get to a point where money will no longer be an issue, you know? As long as I keep taking control of my spending and whatnot. And I've been trying to learn about investments and whatnot. Because, like I realize, like, trying to invest in like a 401k or a Roth IRA, that's not going to be enough to try and get you, like, to the money faster. Like, you should try, like, I don't really know anything about real estate, but I know, like, business is like clothing business. Yeah, I would love to do that. And as well as the other things that I want to do. But yeah, I also need to figure out how to budget my time and manage my time. That's the most challenging part, especially with school and whatnot. It can be tough to try and balance out your time. It's neighbor's dog. So, I'll please excuse that. Okay, hang on, y'all. Okay, we're past the neighbor's dog now. Anyways, yeah, I just hope. I can only hope, But when you have your heart dead set on one or a few things, if you like try and get good at one area first, so good that like hopefully someone will be willing to pay you enough, because I know like these I'm not an athlete at all, but like I know athletes, if you sign a contract you can get paid bank and whatnot. Which is not but yeah, I never really dreamt of being an athlete, but I always wanted to somehow maybe have some form of an audience, just not as like an athlete. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like the performance stuff is fun, but I realize long term it's like on the road, it is sort of like a video diary of mine, you could say. That's just me talking to the camera, just whatever comes to my head. Like, because truthfully, it's like, do I want to leave my friends? No, but if there's a chance that there's a better program for me personally, I'm gonna take that chance. Like I don't have to. That's the problem. Like when you get attached to people and whatnot, and it could just be a little challenging to let go of these people, regardless if you've outgrown them or not. You just gotta find the opportunity what's best for you. A lot of luck can come into play where you're like, oh, you're there at the right time, right place, whatever. But you can't just wait for the right time to do some things, because if you keep waiting, it's gonna get to a point where like you never will get to do it. Some people treat it as if they have all the time in the world, and the truth is you don't. So you only have one life, and you gotta make the most of it. Try to figure out at ASAP what you want out of this life as soon as possible. Don't overthink it, and that's what I'm trying to not do, is overthink it all. And hopefully, if anyone even does see this video, they can like sort of get some inspiration out of this. Because I don't have all the answers. I'm still trying to figure out life as it is myself. I don't have really extra money over for therapy and whatnot, but all my friends that I did hang out with during my time at uni, they all were already juniors and seniors at that point, so they already done graduate and they pretty much work full time, either that or they work full time and they're also trying to pursue a master's and whatnot. And some are going for their doctorates, and it's like good for them. And I'm trying not to compare myself to other people. That's also another thing. You can be happy for those around you, but don't try and over compare yourself to other people, because that's gonna hurt you more than it hurts the person you're comparing yourself to. I guarantee most likely they're either doing the same thing or they're not even thinking about you. So you just gotta realize that, And also remind yourself it's not the end of the world if life, has other plans for you, or, you didn't think so-and-so would work out, like, whatever, whether it's a job, relationship, whatever, it didn't work out the way you thought it did. Honestly, treat it as, like, maybe like a learning experience, not something to, like, mellow over all the time, because there's a good chance that you may find someone or a better job or something better. You just gotta try to trust the process, for one, and two, just stop comparing yourself. It can go a long way, you know? But we're approaching the 40-minute mark. That's crazy. This is gonna be my longest video yet. Of me just straight up talking non-stop while on my walk. But yeah, I don't know how often I'm gonna post on here. I'm trying to balance out everything else in life, so we'll see. But yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, see ya.